What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Monday, April 4th, 2026, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 17:39 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from the Middle East. So earlier today, this morning, Iran launched an attack on the United Arab Emirates and various ships in the Strait of Hormuz, including a South Korean tanker ship and also U.S. naval vessels. So this is very concerning, and the UAE is now saying that they will respond with a harsh retaliation, potentially in the coming hours or the next 2 or 3 days. So when this all kicks off, I will be going live as long as necessary. Make sure you have your notifications set up through YouTube so you can get notified when things go down. Also, I highly recommend you download my free app in the Google Play Store. And this lets me send you alerts directly to your phone. It's 100% free. And I recommend you set your alert level to black, code black, which is the highest level of alert. You'll get a loud buzzing noise similar to an emergency alert. When something goes down, I can send out these alerts directly to your phone, okay? And the link to my app is in the description down below. And we have some early indicators that something is about to go down potentially tonight. We have about 15 or 20 aerial refuelers over the Middle East, U.S. aerial refuelers. You can see here over Jordan and Israel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then here we have more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 aerial refuelers, guys. About 10 over Jordan and Israel and about 10 over the Strait of Hormuz area. So something is about to go down. Make sure you're getting prepared. It looks like we're about to go to war with Iran again. And the UAE officially released this graphic showing how many projectiles they intercepted from Iran today. This is from the Ministry of Defense. They shot down 4 drones, 3 cruise missiles, and 12 ballistic missiles. Remember, guys, we're in the middle of a ceasefire. Iran is not supposed to be firing any missiles, okay? So they launched a surprise attack on the UAE. This is very, very concerning, and it shows that Iran doesn't care about ceasefires, okay? But what I heard is there were 5 waves of missile launches towards the UAE. And also it looks like a tanker from the UAE was hit by IRGC projectiles. There's also currently a fire burning at the Fujairah oil industry zone in the UAE. So they hit this oil refinery or oil, I don't know what they do there, oil city. They hit that with drones, and then they hit a UAE oil tanker. And the UAE released a statement saying they reserve their full and legitimate right to respond to Iranian attacks. They also said that some of the Iranian attacks targeted civilian locations. Okay, so this is very, very concerning, guys. And media in the UAE is reporting that the UAE is preparing a severe retaliatory response against Iran following the recent attacks, warning of harsh revenge. Wow. So let me just summarize what we know so far about today. The U.S. is quiet about it. We haven't really heard the U.S. say much. We do know that the U.S. Navy opened fire on numerous IRGC fast attack boats. I think 6 is the number that I heard. The Central Command confirmed that 6 boats were shot and sunk. We're also hearing that a South Korean ship was attacked as well. We're also hearing that ballistic missiles were launched at sea targets, which is pretty interesting. So lots of stuff going on today. Trump announced today the start of Project Freedom, which is a plan to guide ships in and out of the Strait of Hormuz. He warned that any interference will be met with force. He specifically told Fox News' Trey Inkst that they'll be blown off the face of the earth if they try to sink any U.S. Navy ship escorting ships in and out of the Strait of Hormuz. So this is very, very serious, and oil is continuing to climb. We're at like $105 a barrel now. The stock market is crashing, so it's only going to get worse before it gets better. And this update was sponsored by NYPrepper Supply. Guys, NYPrepper Supply is doing a $100 discount on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the discount, you got to go to preparewithnyprepper.com. The link is in the description down below. The normal price for their 3-month kit is $800, and they're selling it for $700. That's $700 for 3 months of emergency food, up to 2,000 calories per day for 3 months, and it has a shelf life of 25 years, all packed within rugged, watertight buckets that don't take up a lot of space. You don't have to worry about rotating anything. You don't have to monitor expiration dates. You don't need a massive place to keep all your food. You can fit all this food in a tiny closet in a studio apartment. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get $100 off the NYPrepper Supply 3-month emergency food supply, and the link is in the description below this video. And Trump stated that Iran just made a very big mistake, the biggest mistake in history. He also didn't say whether Iran violated the ceasefire with its attacks today on the UAE and U.S. warships. And Iran's Armed Forces Command issued a stark warning saying the U.S. Navy better not enter the Strait of Hormuz. Wow. And an Israeli air defense system deployed in the UAE intercepted incoming Iranian missiles. So thank God for the Israeli air defenses. And yes, so it is confirmed that the U.S. destroyed 6 Iranian small attack boats that were attempting to disrupt commercial shipping. The UAE's Defense Committee told their Israeli counterparts that Abu Dhabi will respond to the Iranian attacks and will not remain silent. So the UAE has already spoken with Israel saying they will respond. It's looking like they're going to coordinate a response with Israel and maybe the U.S. as well. And UAE media is reporting that the UAE is preparing a robust retaliatory response. So lots of sources saying that a response is imminent. Look at all these planes, guys. Look at this. Look at all these aerial refuelers. This is totally insane. And we're also hearing that the UAE is now implementing nationwide remote learning from May 5th through 8th for all schools amid the regional development. So kids in the UAE will have remote learning through, Thursday or Friday. So that's a huge sign that something is about to go down, that the UAE is about to launch a response very quickly. And the U.S. and Israel are considering striking Iranian missile launchers and an energy facility in response to the Iranian attack on the UAE, sources told Israeli Hayom. And Israeli security officials say that the situation with Iran could deteriorate rapidly, even within a matter of hours. So they're considering hitting missile launchers and an energy facility. So it looks like the U.S. and Iran, or Israel, will be involved in this response on Iran. And Netanyahu's lawyer is requesting to cancel his testimony tomorrow due to a series of political and security meetings in Jerusalem that cannot be rescheduled and due to political and security developments. So if you're not aware, Netanyahu is facing some kind of corruption charges, and he had a court proceeding tomorrow. Well, they're going to cancel that because of the situation. That's how serious it is. Also, Israeli Channel 14 is reporting that Ben Gurion Airport, that's the main international airport in Israel, is now on high alert in preparation for a possible closure of Israeli airspace and evacuation of aircraft. Wow. And Qatar and the UAE have partially closed their airspace already, according to numerous NOTAMs, notice to airmen. And we're hearing as many as 14 NOTAMs have been issued in the UAE. And here's a picture showing one of them. You can see pretty much this entire area here along the Strait of Hormuz. Absolutely insane. And reports indicate that multiple Iranian government facilities and military headquarters are now being evacuated in anticipation of retaliation strikes by the UAE and allied forces. And a group of U.S. Senate Republicans are developing an authorization for the use of military force against Iran in case Trump decides to strike Iran again or restart the war. And Iran's IRGC says any vessel attempting to cross the Strait of Hormuz without Iranian permission will be stopped by force. Okay, so the U.S. is going to be escorting ships through, and the IRGC is saying that they will attack ships that try to cross. So it's imminent, guys. Get prepared. And the IRGC Navy announced a new control area in the Strait of Hormuz, basically expanding the area that they claim is under their control. And Netanyahu held a series of security discussions today. And the UAE and Saudi Arabia pressured Trump to renew the war in the past week. Interesting. And Israeli media is reporting that Israel is already preparing for the imminent resumption of the war with Iran. We're hearing that Israel has opened bomb shelters across their country. And Israeli Channel 12 is reporting that the Israeli army and Mossad are recommending to the political level to resume the war against Iran. Interesting. And Bahrain has declared a state of emergency across their entire country following the attacks on the UAE today. And Chevron's CEO, Mike Wirth, said physical shortages in oil supply are starting to emerge as a result of the Strait of Hormuz closure. Wow, so physical oil shortages, guys. And there were shots fired near the White House earlier. The area was locked down temporarily. Very interesting and unusual situation. It could have just been one of the surrounding areas near the White House. You know, it is kind of a high crime area. And Bahrain, Jordan, and Egypt have all condemned Iran's attack on the UAE today and stand in solidarity with the UAE. And the Russian Ministry of Defense has announced a Victory Day ceasefire this coming weekend. And they warned that if Ukraine does not honor the ceasefire, then Russia will launch a massive retaliatory strike. And a car rammed into pedestrians in Leipzig, Germany earlier today, leaving 2 dead and multiple injured. Local authorities have apprehended the suspect, but have not released the identity or the motive. Probably an Islamic terrorist or some kind of Islamic person or migrant, and they don't want people to know about their failed migration policy. And Trump and the Republican Party have undergone a campaign to entice Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman to flip parties from Democrat to Republican, with Trump allegedly offering his patented total and complete endorsement plus a financial windfall to Fetterman. So very interesting. Pennsylvania has 2 senators like every state, and Fetterman is the Democrat senator, and there is also a Republican senator as well. So if Fetterman were to switch over to Republican, Pennsylvania would have 2 Republican senators, which would be huge. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I will be back later on tonight to monitor the situation with Iran. I think we could be hours away from a massive strike. Also, over the weekend, yesterday, we had a large amount of nuclear codes transmitted. So until later on, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere. And this update was sponsored by EMP Shield. Guys, EMP Shield has created a special discount just for you, the listeners of the NYPrepper channel. If you go to empshield.com and use the promo code NYPrepper, you can get 15% off your entire order. And why do you need an EMP Shield? Well, this is a special device to protect your vehicle, your RV, your solar generators, your radios from an electromagnetic pulse, which could be caused by a solar flare or potentially a rogue country like North Korea detonating an electromagnetic pulse weapon over the United States that's mounted onto a satellite. So protect your vehicles, protect your RV, protect your radios, protect your generators with an EMP Shield. Use my promo code NYPrepper to get 15% off. Installation is super simple. This is a veteran-owned business, 100% American-made, and the EMP Shields have been tested by the military, okay? And free shipping is included to the entire continental United States. And the link and the promo code are in the description below this video.